Hello and welcome along to another episode of this FM22 story, Rebuilding Scandinavia with me, Daniel. We're rebuilding our second club in the shape of Viborg, and in part 12 today, reality has hit us firmly and we are dropping down the table with speed. That's despite what on paper was a more winnable run of fixtures, and we now face in the next 4 games, 3 of the top 5. And 2 of them in today's episode away from home in the top 3. If we lose all of those, we could potentially be down in a relegation scrap. We are just 6 points from the bottom of the table, and we are now starting to get a real dose of what FM can throw up in a very strong competitive league. So if you're looking forward to seeing how we get on today, whether we can pick up a surprise result against Brondby or Randers on the road, then please do put a thumbs up on the video and subscribe down below for daily FM22 content. But we've got some problems to reflect on at the moment, because things have not been going well before the international break. Let me show you the schedule, which is where we're going to start. Actually, I will just mention quickly, some good news financially is that it's not really getting worse at the moment. That's despite the fact that we're not bringing in any income beyond our matchday revenue. So that's a positive. Let's go to the schedule though, where things are not positive at all. You were with me as we drew 0-0 with Odense after transfer deadline day. And now, how important was it that we kept throwing away wins into 2-2 draws late on? Because we are starting to fall apart. The Cup has given us a little bit of relief, but against AAB away from home, that's not going to be an easy one next round. We've also had some shocking performances in the league, and we've started letting in an awful lot of goals. So after you were with me, we won 4-0 against Vardar in the Cup. 3 early goals from Blaham, Tramberg and from Denius made it comfortable before Bernston added a 4th in the second period. We also then had a 6-0 win at home to bottom side Vejle, who have got a terrible goal difference after promotion with us. Rothman got a hat-trick in that one, Blaham got 2 off the bench, and Daniel Harbo got 1 early on as well. We then lost 3-0 at Copenhagen. No surprises there. Rooney, the young superstar, getting 1 of the goals. A narrow 2-1 win followed against lower league opposition in the Danish Cup in the next round. Denius and Bernston getting goals for us there before a late consolation from our hosts. A 2-1 defeat at home to AGF. Tobias Beck gave us the lead, which was quickly turned around. And a 4-1 defeat at Nordsjælland, where defensively, honestly, we were diabolical. Hayden Carter had a shocker, Morten Behrens had a shocker, and Yemby coming back to fitness, not quick enough. Jakob Bonda, maybe not good enough for this level. Maybe I should have got Lundvik on deadline day after all. And Beck and Karstrup on the left wing, both coming back to fitness at the same time. So the injuries from a month or so ago are now catching up with us a bit. And as we go into these 2 games today, I'm worried it might be more difficult. I am going to keep the faith though, because don't forget, the board only expected us to survive. We didn't have to do anything else. And if we can pick up enough results against those sort of bottom half sides, then maybe we'll be alright. But with the run of fixtures coming up, I'm not that confident. It's probably from Silkeborg onwards. Going into the winter break, we have to get points in those 3 games. And we come back with a couple of good fixtures as well. So maybe January will be our saviour. Let's go to the first fixture today though. We are going away to Brondby, who have won 2 of the last 4 titles, who we beat in the Cup last time out, but beat us in the league in a reverse fixture late on. This is going to be a difficult test. Let's see what team we can put out for today, how the fitness has built over the 2 weeks off. A few players playing for both confidence and fitness in the B team, but I'm not sure it's going to be enough. If we have a look at the lineup, how many are fit, how many are out, it looks a little bit better. If we look out at the squads, there's not much that's missing. In fact, nobody bar David Palmer is actually missing out now, but we are still a little short in certain areas, and morale not really looking great. Let's pick our 11, we'll run through it in a minute. Right, where possible, it's all about tried and trusted today. We have got that young Copenhagen midfielder out injured, otherwise he might have been in the centre midfield because he is rated pretty strongly, but otherwise we've gone tried, we've gone trusted, we've gone experienced. We've dropped out Hayden Carter for Carlson, put the old centre-half partnership back together. We've kept Lauritzen in at left-back, Vitz back in the holding role, and obviously Thorson's had to come in on the right. But our team in full is Behrens in goal, and Yemby and Lauritzen the fullbacks, with Carlson and Jensen centre-half. He's developing really well following his big move in the summer. We've got Vitt, Harbo and Bonda the midfield 3. Harbo, now our second top scorer, looking really good, the young Copenhagen youngster. And then Thorson, Beck and Rothman the front 3. We need goals, Joachim Rothman. We need goals. Please, can you deliver some today? 3 changes from our embarrassment in the last game at Nordsjælland. Josip Radosavage, a former wonder kid in this game, is in the holding role. Maxo at centre-half, the skipper, a good player. Lazovic, a pretty good one in attacking areas as well. It is a good blend of youth and experience in that Brondby team. But we've got no pressure on us today, so let's see if we can achieve a miracle on the break. Anything other than defeat in both of these 2 games, I consider it a bonus. Points on the board now are vital. And in a bigger shock at the bottom of the table, Vejle have just won 4-1 away from home. Where on earth's that come from? We're defending early doors here. We've gone to the balanced mentality. I'm hoping that will be deep enough here as Munksgaard gets it on the right. Good cross in. Bjork heads over. Oh, we look half a yard off everywhere. I do have enough confidence that this can be fixed by 1 or 2 signings. Do I go back in for Lomvik in January or another centre midfielder? Because Bonda is not good enough now. Larriton at left back just over the hill. There's a couple of areas we could improve as Larriton does get the ball now. Can we get a set piece specialist between those 2 as well? As Bonda finds Larriton over the top towards Harbo, making that run from midfield again. He's forced wide. Got 3 in the middle. Beck's one of them. Deflects to Thorson. And the goal stands despite it looking maybe at risk of offside. I think it was a deflection off a Brondby player. But Thorson into the team due to Palmer's fatigue. And he's given us the lead early doors. What an experience for the youngster. And we're back with a Larriton corner. 12 minutes on the clock. Headed away at the back post as far as Tobias Beck. He's had a good start now. He's built his fitness again. Played 2 sets of 45 minutes in the international break. And he looks like he's coming up to full speed as he delivers that one. He scored again. We've got a new hero. Maybe the lads just needed an audience. I'm going to have to show every game on camera if this keeps happening. Because some of our best performances this season have come in front of you guys. Particularly the 3-0 on the opening day. This one has been pretty good so far. We've let in 2 or more in plenty of games this season. So I'm not getting excited yet. And is that one of them? We're going to VAR. I thought it was on. I've got to be honest. We don't often get these wrong. I would love to get it wrong now though. Goals being checked. Goals awarded. 2-1. The deficit's halved already. Quarter of the game gone. It's a corner kick for Brondby. That's going to be a penalty. Oh my God. It's been thrown away already. How can you be 2-0 up after 11 minutes and not be ahead at 23? Baffling. Penalty awarded. I'm sure it will be scored. If ever there's a time to make amends for last week, Morton, it's now. He can't. It's a great penalty in fairness from Maxo, the skipper. 2nd of the season for him. 2-2 already. At this point, I'd take our favourite scoreline of the season because I could easily see us letting in 3 or 4 here. Coming up to half-time, it's a free kick for Radosavage. Really well saved from Behrens. We're past the allotted 2 minutes, so not sure why we're still going with the corner kick. We're now over 30 seconds over as it's put into the back post. Carlson heads away. Where's the whistle? Is this the referee and we get at the top? It's 2-2. We've thrown away a 2-goal lead. Great signs that Thorson's come in and been a hero. He's got absolutely no right to do so on his ability. But look at these lads getting this experience. In 3 or 4 years, they could be absolutely brilliant. So let's get into the second half, hold on as long as possible, and then we'll clear things up in the middle because we're going to be doing a lot of chasing. And we've got another injury. This is getting scandalous now. And Yembi's not been back that long. And Carter spent most of the season at right back because of his injuries. He's going to have to do so and fill in again. Not even 2 minutes into the second half, and the bad luck strikes yet further. He barely missed a game in the second tier. And we're back again with Larriton on the left-hand side. 5 gone in a second period. Here he comes over halfway to Beck, who we will have to switch out soon because he's just coming back to fitness as Larriton nicks it on the left-hand side again. Down the line he goes. Bit of a glitch in the challenge, but delivers a big high ball. Thorson across the box. Oh, has he got an assist? It's off the line. Beck couldn't get enough on it. I'm not sure what really happened in there, but somehow it's cleared. It stays 2-2. And you look at the sort of ratings again in the midfield. Vitt and Bonda struggling a little. Rothman up front, been really poor in recent weeks. I don't quite know how we turn this around. So hopefully we can hold on for a few more minutes and then the changes will be ringing. As here they come with Bungard to Lazovic. It smacks of a goal this one, doesn't it? Down the left-hand side to Bungard, into Bjork. Header just over the bar. We'll make changes in a moment. 3 of them. We'll save the last one in case of injury. But Brondby have been the better side. We do well to hang on here. Let's take Vit off for the experience of Groening. And we're also going to take Bonder off in the middle for Felix Mikel. And I'm going to take off Rothman for Blaham. I think Karstrup for Beck's the last sub because it's only his second start back from injury. And the first time he's played more than 45. And I'm going to do it now. 16 left. Beck off, Karstrup on. Let me hold on for the much needed draw. Because just stopping the rot would be crucial at this point. And takes us one more away from the bottom. It's down the right hand side from Brondby. Into the back post. Bjork's there. Is he offside? I didn't really see, to be honest. The assistant hasn't blown, which suggests probably not. We wait for VAR. It checks. It still checks. It gives the goal. Brondby leads. We've thrown it away from 2-0 up. And here we are in goal with Behrens. Big kick over the top. Can he find anyone? No, only the centre-half Maxo to Wikström. Long ball down the left to Bjork. We're being carved apart. Bjork's in. It's a good save, Behrens, but they're going to get another here. We have completely fallen apart again. And we haven't even changed the defensive line, bar the one injury. Can it make that much of a difference? Carlson heads away. 1 goal defeat is basically a good result now. That's how bad it's getting. And I know we didn't expect anything at the start, but from 2-0 up, when you're in such great form, even the match engine's starting to glitch now. It can't handle that we've thrown it away. As Headland hits the bar, Jensen clears. They've completely turned the game on its head. Into the final minute of stoppage time, and it is going to be defeat. It's just by 1 or 2 now is the question. Groening gives it back to Behrens, in goal for Viborg. Can he produce one more big kick over the top? No, it's straight to Bell. It's a pathetic kick. Completely ignoring the instructions, by the way, as Wikström goes wide to Munksgaard. Into Valleys. They look confident in possession, and the way that our confidence has dropped from 2-0 up is startling, really, isn't it? We've got to be massively concerned that we risk going backwards. As Bjork's in, it's 4-2. I mean, I want the engine to glitch properly now, so I don't have to watch this. What a defensive effort. The goal stands again. I mean, VAR might as well not bother reviewing the Brondby goals because they're giving them all regardless. 4-2. We were 2 up after 13 minutes. That's scandalous. Absolutely scandalous. Back in a minute for Randers. They're in top spot. Can't imagine that one's going to be any better. Well, back before that because Anyembi's out for a month, which virtually takes him up to the winter break now. We've still got Toxard out for 3 weeks as well. This is going to get really tricky. January might save us, but we're starting to get tactical questions. We're starting to fall apart. I need a very big January window and a big result from somewhere soon. Back in a moment for Randers. Well, things go from bad to worse sometimes. At what possible moment could it be worse for Copenhagen to recall a right back from his loan? The week after another one gets injured. Mikkel Denius is gone. I mean, you could not pick better timing for that. Absolutely phenomenal. We're back for fitness tests. I don't know what to go for today. If things weren't hard enough, we're now going to the top side in the league. It is not a good spell for Viborg. I just want it to be over with and play an easy side and get a win. Because at the moment, we're in free fall and there are problems afoot. So let's have a look at the tactical meeting and the lineup for today. Who's going to play right back? Well, it's going to have to be Hayden Carter now, isn't it? He comes into the squad. Who goes on to the bench? Tramberg, the summer signing, the free agent on deadline day. Palmer. Do I put him straight back in? Because Dawson was brilliant. I think I'm going to put him on the bench, you know. Felix Mikel can drop out for him. I think that's the best we can do. We haven't got too many options. Bonder is someone I'd think about dropping out, but is Mikel maybe better? Maybe it's worth a go at this point, but gives us a bit more of a defensive footing, a little bit more of a solid edge. I could even bring Groening in, but he's declining physically. So what do? We've got a decent front three. We've got okay defensive players on the bench, but there's not a lot in centre midfield, is there? So I'm going to put Bonder on for Tramberg instead. And that's the squad for this game. Hopefully a better result than last time, but I wouldn't bank on it, to be honest. 2 changes for us as we come up against John Arne Riisa's men. Don't forget we started this season with a 3-0 win at home to this lot. They're now top of the league. We're in the bottom half. And they're absolutely flying. What a recovery from them. Let's prove a point. Let's get these lads fired up. Because we know we can beat this side. We've never lost to them. Let's see if that changes today. Well, a quiet first quarter of an hour. But we are now back with a dangerous free kick for Randers. It'll go in the top corner. Doesn't really go in the corner, to be honest. Round the wall, which was placed pretty awfully. And Behrens can't get there. Berg Johnson makes it 1-0 to Randers. And it's going to be the same old story. We are in a rut that is going to be very hard to get out of. As we're back with a throw on the right for Hayden Carter. Half an hour gone. AAB directly below us. They're actually winning at Copenhagen now, so things are getting even tougher as Carter gives it away to Okoroji. Brings it out of defence. Goes long over the top. And it falls for Carlson at the back to Jensen. Forced all the way back to Behrens in goal. Switch out to Larriton on the left. Wouldn't mind at least a shot on target here as Beck gets the ball into Rothman. That's a wonderful goal. Defender just missed his header. You could say it was a perfectly weighted pass. And Rothman on the volley has not lost any quality. Training really well. Looks a superstar player. And he's delivered an equaliser. 1-1. We deserve it too as Larriton's got a throw on the left. Advanced position. Beck gives it away with a heavy first touch. And Randers can play out. We can't let them off the hook like this. They switched the play and they've virtually beaten the whole team. Up to Ahaji up front. Forced back to his fullback, but Berg Johnson gets it in the middle. Ahaji again. Wide to Kammerbauer and Calaso. To Berg Johnson and Graves. They're really confident in possession. They look a lot more composed than they did in the first game of the season. And we're all over the shop. And that goal, that sums up our last 5 or 6 league games. It says it's Jensen's poor pass that led to a goal. That can't even be classified as a pass. That's a touch. It's absolutely awful. And Randers go 2-1 up. 2 shots on target. A free kick round a dodgy ball. And a tap in. Basically assisted by Jensen, who seems to be inclined to have a shocker today. Gives that one away as Kammerbauer gets it on the right. Is he going to be at fault for a second goal in a row? You bet he is. Not only does he give the ball away, he then doesn't mark his man who gets in front of him and literally just passes it into the near corner. I don't know what to say. Defensively, we have been diabolical for the last 2 months. And I haven't got a fix because before this run, we'd kept about 4 clean sheets in a row. What do you say as Carter gets it at right back to Thorson? Not having the same impact in this game and he will be off at half time as Harbo picks it up for Vitt and Mikel. Made no difference in that midfield, has he? Carter to Thorson. Back to Carter. We're going nowhere with it. Thorson finds Vitt. Needs to be forward now. Harbo to Thorson. Has he got any support? He's just going alone down the right. In the end finds Harbo again. Almost got caught in it. To Thorson. To Mikel. Goes through. He's 1-on-1. Felix Mikel. Not the best finisher in the world. He's a centre-half by trade and it showed. Jensen's now struggling for fitness, which is a bizarre one from pre-game, as he now picked up a knock following 2 errors, as it's headed away the corner. It's 3-1 at half-time, and we've not even been the worst side in this game. They've had 3 shots on target, scored 3 goals, and we put 2 goals on a plate for them. It's so infuriating. There's no pressure on the lads. We're going to take Thorson off for Palmer. Behrens is down to a 6.2 again, but we'll just leave it 15 minutes. Well, 10 minutes gone in the second half, and Randers look a lot more comfortable now. Throw-in headed away. Harbo flicks it downfield, but there is nobody in sight. And Blom can bring it down. He's got the world at his feet, and he gives the ball to Graves. And Berg Johnson. To Graves again. To Blom. No pressure, no drive, no intensity in our press. All of the things we're good at are gone here as the ball's through. Carlson intercepts. Carter out to Vitt. To Mikel, look how deep they are in midfield. Gives it to Beck, now get up the field. Finds Harbo, who's got space to run into. Rothman's with him, so is Palmer. Lays in David Palmer. Why would you go for a dink there? Either side of the keeper, it's a goal. And you're trying a delicate little dink. I don't understand the mindset. 25 minutes to go. Changes will be made. Beck will be off for Karstrup. In midfield, Harbo looks shattered, but he's our best chance of getting back into this. So Vitt off for Grunin. Bonder on for Jensen with Mikel into centre-half. I'll leave the last one 5 or 10 more, but Blaham may well come on. 15 left. Harbo is absolutely shattered. We're going to have to chase the game, aren't we? So Blaham is going to come on, I think. He will replace Harbo. I'm going to put Karstrup as the centre midfielder on attack. Blaham up front. Rothman off the left. And we're just going to go for it, because it's better to lose 5-1 than not put up a fight. And that's how a season can change in 12 games for you. From a 3-0 win to a 3-1 defeat. From us being top to them being top. and from them being in the bottom half to us struggling against relegation. Let's have a look at the schedule for when we're going to be back. I am really concerned at the minute. This is going to take a big transfer window in January. Deadline day is going to be a cracker. It doesn't make pretty reading, does it? Just 5 points off the bottom now. Thankfully, the bottom two look awful, but Vejle starting to pick up form. It could yet be a difficult end. We've now got a very hard week as the schedule gets worse with a good top tier side in the cup, Midtjylland recovering at home in the league. And I think we have to come back for the final 2 games before the winter break because that is going to determine so much of our season. Odense second bottom and struggling for goal difference, just lost 7-0 to Brondby, and AAB at home will have had a dress rehearsal in the cup. They're in the bottom half too. We have to get results. We'll then do deadline day and the first game after, but if you enjoyed that episode, more pain, 5 league defeats in a row now, then please do put a thumbs up on the video. Subscribe down below for daily FM22 content. Who said FM22 was too easy, eh? Let me know in the comments how you think we get out of this rut, or whether you think we end up in a relegation scrap. Can we yet sneak into that top 6 battle? Because when the league splits in 9 games, I want to be in that top half. The good news, 6th place does still look up for grabs. In the meantime though, you can enjoy yesterday's blockbuster Hemel episode up in the eye above, as well as the top 3 playlist and the latest new experiment. There's also links to the podcast channel where the championship is back for another season and we've got predictions every match day, and the Twitch channel where the live streams are going to be coming thick and fast from August. Thank you very much for watching though. I'll put the top 3 playlist above my head now, and I'll see you again here in a couple of days time. See if we can avoid a relegation scrap.